I'm Frances Walker. I'm 59 years old, and honey, I need to tell you something that's going to sting a little. Everything, and I mean everything, you think you know about getting older is dead wrong. And the people who should have told you the truth, your mama, your teachers, this whole damn society, they've been feeding you lies. Or maybe they just don't know any better themselves. Lord knows I didn't. I spent 40 years of my life believing the same nonsense you probably believe right now. Thought I had it all figured out, Had my teaching job in our little Ohio town, respect from everyone, a nice, comfortable routine. But then at 52, life grabbed me by the shoulders and shook me so hard, I'm still rattled. And what I've learned in these 7 years since, it's changed everything about how I see this whole beautiful, terrifying mess we call life. Now, before I get into it, I need you to understand why I'm sitting here talking to you today. It's not because I think I'm so wise or special. It's because the clock is ticking, sweetheart, for me, for you, for all of us. And there are things you need to hear before it's too late. Not for me, for you. So there I was, 52 years old, sitting in the teacher's lounge like I'd done 1,000 times before, stack of papers in front of me, red pen in my hand. And suddenly the room started spinning like a carnival ride. Next thing I know, I'm waking up in a hospital bed looking like something out of a science fiction movie, tubes everywhere, and my sister's crying in the corner. Doctor comes in, all serious, tells me I'm lucky. Lucky? I just had a heart attack, Doc. My own heart tried to kill me. But you know what? He was right. I was lucky. Because lying there in that bed with nothing but time and my own thoughts, I realized something that scared me more than dying. I hadn't really been living at all. I'd been sleepwalking through my own life for 40 years. Think about that, 40 years. And if I died right there, what would I have left behind? A mortgage paid off on a house in Ohio, some lesson plans, a few people at my funeral saying, oh, she was a good teacher. 5 years later, nobody would even remember. Let me tell you the biggest lie you're telling yourself right this very minute. You're sitting there thinking, I've got time, I'll do that later. When I'm older, then I'll really start living. Oh, honey, I see it everywhere. Young people saying, when I make more money, then I'll be happy. When I get that promotion, then I'll relax. When the kids are grown, then I'll take that trip. When I retire, then I'll finally do what I love. Let me save you 40 years of heartache right now. That day, it never comes. Never. You know why? Because the finish line keeps moving. You get the promotion, suddenly you need the next one. You make more money, suddenly you need more. It's like chasing your own shadow. And before you can blink, you're my age, wondering where the hell your life went. I did this, spent 30 years climbing a ladder only to get to the top and realize, oh my God, I've been climbing the wrong damn wall this whole time. And here's the cruel part. You can't climb back down and start over. Time doesn't give you do-overs. Now, here's something that's going to sound crazy coming from someone who was Teacher of the Year twice. Success is a terrible goal. Terrible. I achieved everything I set out to achieve. Had the respect, had the career, had it all. And you know what? It meant nothing, absolutely nothing. You hit that goal, you feel amazing for about 2 days, then poof, it's gone. Now you need something bigger, something more validation, more achievement. It's a trap. I had a friend, beautiful woman, died 3 years ago at 65, worked herself to the bone her whole life. Always saying, next year I'll slow down, next year I'll take that vacation. Next year came and she had a stroke. At her funeral, her own daughter stood up and said, my mother was successful, but I barely knew her. Is that what you want carved on your tombstone? Let me tell you what really haunts you when you're lying awake at 3 a.m. It's not the things you messed up. It's the things you never did at all. I don't lose sleep over bad lessons or difficult parents. You know what keeps me up? That trip to Paris I never took because I was too busy. My sister and I, we barely talk now, and I let that happen. The novel I always wanted to write, still just an idea. All those evenings, I stayed late at school instead of being home with my own kids. Those things eat at your soul, the missed moments, the roads you didn't take, the I love yous you didn't say, the risks you were too scared to take. And the people you love, your parents, your brothers and sisters, your friends, you think you've got forever with them. You don't. One day they're just gone. My mama died when I was 45. We had our issues. You know how it is. And I kept thinking we'd work it out. when I had more time. Cancer took her in 4 months. You know what my biggest regret is? All those Sunday afternoons I didn't call, all those dinners I was too tired to drive over for, all those little moments I threw away like they were nothing because I thought there'd always be more. There won't. After that heart attack, I changed everything, walked away from teaching, started saying no to things that didn't feed my soul, started saying yes to things I'd been putting off since I was 30. And in these 7 years, I've learned more about actually living than I did in the 52 years before. Want to know what really matters? It's so simple, it sounds stupid. Time with people you love, work that means something to you, not just a paycheck, experiences, not stuff, memories, not achievements, being present, not always thinking about tomorrow. I know. When you're young, you roll your eyes at this. Bills don't pay themselves, Francis. And you're right. I'm not telling you to quit your job and live in a van. I'm telling you don't sacrifice your whole life for things that don't matter. So let me ask you something, and I want you to really think about it. If you died tomorrow, would you be satisfied with the life you've lived so far? Not impressed with your resume, not proud of your accomplishments, just satisfied, happy with how you spent your days? If the answer is no, then what in God's name are you waiting for? I'm 59 years old. If I'm lucky, maybe I've got 20 more years, maybe 25, maybe less. Maybe I'll drop dead next Tuesday. Nobody knows. And every single morning when I wake up, I remember I'm living on borrowed time. We all are. But most of you young people don't get that yet. You think you're invincible. You think you've got forever. You don't. I look at my nieces and nephews and I see them making the same mistakes I made. Stressed out, anxious, chasing things that'll never make them happy. And I try to tell them, but they don't really hear me. Not because they're not smart. They just can't see it yet. They're in the middle of the storm. They think their situation is different, that somehow the rules don't apply to them. That's why I'm here talking to you, because maybe, just maybe, one person watching this will actually listen. One person will make a different choice. One person will avoid the regrets that keep people like me up at night. Listen to me. Every single day, you're getting closer to the end. I know nobody wants to think about it, but it's true. You don't have unlimited time. Your parents, if they're still around, they're getting older every single day. One day, sooner than you think, they'll be gone. Your friends, your partner, your kids, none of it lasts forever. So what are you going to do? Keep putting off that phone call? Keep postponing that trip? Keep telling yourself you'll make time later? Or are you going to wake up today and start living like time is running out? Because it is. If I could go back and talk to 30-year-old Francis, here's what I'd say. Stop trying to impress people who don't even matter. Stop killing yourself for a career that'll replace you in a week. Stop waiting for someday. Stop asking permission to live your own life. Call your mama. Take the damn trip. Do the things that scare you. Say no to things that drain your soul. Say yes to things that light you up inside. And do it now, not next year, not after this project, not when you have more money. Now, because I promise you that perfect time you're waiting for, it's never coming. Life is always going to be messy and complicated and full of reasons to wait. But if you wait, you'll wake up one day and realize you waited your whole life away. I'm 59. If I'm blessed, maybe I've got 15 good years left, maybe 10, probably less. And I'm okay with that. You know why? Because these last 7 years have been the best years of my life. Not because I'm rich, not because I'm successful, because I finally woke up. I finally started living on purpose. I've been places I always dreamed about. I've deepened relationships I almost lost. I've forgiven people I held grudges against for years. I've said I love you more times than I can count. And I'm happier now at 59, knowing my time is short than I was at 30 when I thought I had all the time in the world. That's the secret they don't tell you. When you finally understand that time is limited, that's when you start really living. You stop wasting it. You stop putting off joy. You stop waiting for permission. So you've got a choice right now today. You can keep doing what you're doing, keep chasing success, keep putting off happiness, keep telling yourself you'll live later, or you can wake up. You can realize the clock is ticking faster than you think, and the life you're waiting to live needs to start right now. I can't make this choice for you, but I can tell you this. You don't want to be 59 looking back, wishing you'd done it differently. Don't waste 50 years figuring this out like I did. Learn from my mistakes. Live on purpose. Put first things first. Stop waiting. Someday is today. It always was.